It's the Refined Reseller. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. In this video, I go over 10 things that eBay sellers have done that they could have done better. The moves they made, the decisions they made were not the smartest things they could have done. So let's go. So 10 things that you can learn from eBay sellers who made mistakes that you shouldn't make. You're going to find this video very informative and very helpful in making you a better eBay seller. So check it out. But first, before you do, please take the time to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. So let's go. Okay, mistake number 1. Here we go. I sold a toy for $20 with a $10 shipping charge. The item isn't heavy, but it's bulky. The box is 30 by 15 by 12. I brought it to the post office, and the cost to ship it is $65. No lie, $65. I even went to a second post office as the first one had to be wrong. Well, it was the same price. I messaged the buyer. I got no response from the buyer, so I just canceled the order. I'm sure I'll get a ding for doing it, but I can't lose that much on shipping. So they have dumb, they have dumber. This might be the dumbest because obviously the seller had no idea the cost of shipping an item. And what happened here is she had an item that did not weigh very much, but the box she shipped it in was 30 by 15 by 12. There is something that is called dimensional weight. For the United States Postal Service, if it is over 1,760 dimensional inches, which is 12 times 12 times 12, a box about that size, anytime it's over 1,760 inches, the shipping charge is based on dimensional weight and not actual weight. So when you take her dimensions and you multiply it, which is 30 times 15 times 12, that equals 540 inches. So the dimensional weight is 33 pounds. So even though the item might have weighed 3 pounds because of the dimensions of the box, the United States Postal Service treated it as a box that weighed 33 pounds. She can go to as many post offices as she wants to, but that's going to be the price to ship it. It was $65. She made the problem even worse by canceling the order and saying, I'm not shipping it, and it was all her or his fault. Don't make that mistake. Number 2, I am a top-rated seller. I sold an item and I noticed that there is something listed as special promotion for 53 cents. As a top-rated seller, I get a 10% discount. How is 53 cents 10% of $40? I mean, what kind of scam is this? This is not worth it at all. This is ridiculous. This is another 10 on a I don't know what I'm doing as an eBay seller scale of 1 to 10. This is about as bad as it gets because this seller is just wrong, wrong, wrong. An eBay seller who is a top-rated seller like I am, I get a 10% discount on the final value fee that I was charged to sell the item. So on this item, the final value fee was $5.30. And the seller got a 10% discount on the final value fee, which is 53 cents. That's what it is derived from, not for what the item sold for. Now, for those of you wondering if having to meet the requirements of being a top-rated seller, because there are some rules that you have to follow to be a top-rated seller, is it really worth it? And the answer is yes, it is. Let me just give you an example. Say I have an item, I sell it for $100, I charge $20 shipping, and the buyer pays $12 in taxes. So that's $100 plus 20 plus 12, that equals $132. I pay about a 12% fee. So 12% times $132 is $15.84. That's what I will pay in eBay fees. But because I'm a top-rated seller, I get a 10% discount, so I save $1.58 on fees for that particular item, $100 sale. I know it doesn't seem like much, but when you sell a lot of items every month, it really does add up. And at the end of the year, it adds up as well. So consider being a top-rated seller. Here's number 3. I had a listing canceled by eBay because they said it did not meet their medical policy. I listed a CPAP face mask for a CPAP machine. They said it needs a prescription. This item does not need a prescription to be purchased. There are others for sale. Why weren't they canceled? I have sold the same item before, and now I'm being told I need a prescription to sell it. Well, the truth is, CPAP machines require a prescription, so eBay restricts the machines and any CPAP machine parts. I have bought CPAP machines before. I have thought about selling the accessories, but I found out I couldn't do it. So I actually ended up throwing them away. I mean, I bought them at a garage sale. I did not pay much for them. Now, here's what you need to know. Oh, she also asked in the question, there are others for sale. There are some things that slip through the cracks on eBay and items that are listed that shouldn't be, that are not allowed. It's just that eBay does not catch them, but you may have something listed that is up for 2 or 3 months and it's forbidden to be listed, and sometimes eBay will find it and take it down, and sometimes they will not. But just let me tell you this. What you need to take from this is you can't sell an item that requires a prescription. Now, when you think of prescriptions, you probably think of medication. Well, there are other things that require prescriptions as well. Some medical devices do. So when you're out garage selling, just be aware if you see a medical device, make sure it doesn't need the prescription to be sold, because if it does, you cannot sell it on eBay. Let's move on here. Hey guys, I was recently given a couple of 100 albums, mostly 70s rock. I don't know anything about vinyl. I have no way to test them. I don't know how to ship them. I have no idea of their value. I did a search of a few and they don't seem to have much value. Is it worth the time to list them? For this seller, it's not that it might not be worth the time to list them. It's just that this seller has no idea what he or she is doing when it comes to selling vinyl. With vinyl, vinyl buyers are very, very particular. You have to grade the vinyl and you have to grade the album cover. And if you do it incorrectly, you're going to get in trouble with the buyer, because if they get an album that is not in the condition that was described, they're going to want their money back, they're going to want to return it, and they may leave you negative feedback. So again, just like any category that you want to sell, do your due diligence, do your research, find out about what that item is, find out how to price it, how to ship it, how to list it. Again, this person knows nothing about selling record albums. He was just given a couple of 100 albums and thinks he can just list them on eBay and everything will be fine. It won't. It's going to be a bad thing for him. So again, if there's a category you know nothing about selling, do your research before you even think about listing it on eBay. Here's number 5. I had a customer buy an item, pay for it, and literally a minute later message me to cancel the order. Will I get a defect for this? Why would someone buy something and then cancel a minute later? It happens all the time. It happened to me twice this week. I sold a model airplane, and about 3 days after not paying for it, I got a message that said, oh, I no longer want the plane. So I canceled the item. I sold another item, and listen to this. Here was an excuse for wanting to cancel the item. My young daughter bought this item. I am on fixed income. I have no way to pay for it. She was not authorized to use my eBay account. Please cancel my item. So I canceled both of them. It doesn't hurt you as an eBay seller, because when you go to cancel that item, you are giving options of why you are canceling the option and are canceling the item. And one of the options is buyer asked to cancel. That's all you have to do is click that, and you are not going to be dinged as an eBay seller. It happens all the time. I mean, don't be surprised when it happens to you, and just go ahead and do exactly what I told you to do, and you'll be perfectly fine. Right now, number 6, looking for advice. I have been selling items on eBay since 2005, so that is 17 years. Currently, I sell mystery boxes on my website. My question is, do any of you think these could sell on eBay? I only have been selling individual items on eBay so far, but would like to increase my pool of buyers. So this eBay seller's been selling on eBay for 17 years, and he doesn't know that a buyer cannot sell a mystery box on eBay. So on a scale of 1 to 10 on what eBay sellers don't know, this is by far a 10. You can't sell mystery boxes on eBay. Go ahead and try it and see what happens to you. You may be banned for selling on eBay for life. Again, this seller just has no clue. He thinks he can just go ahead, put a bunch of stuff in a box, maybe worth 10 bucks, put it on auction and say mystery box, and somebody's going to bid it up to $100. It doesn't happen that way. That's not how eBay works, and you can't sell mystery boxes on eBay. All right, next up, tell me ways you keep track of your inventory. I have a notebook, and in it, I have which box every item is in. Not a bad question. I'm just going to treat this as a question and not something that is stupid, because obviously this is a new seller, even though she does say she has 300 items listed. So here's what happens. You don't need a notebook to keep track of where all of your inventory is. That's because when you list an item, there is a custom field called SKU. In that field, you can put whatever you want. And in that field, I put 3 things: where the item is located, how much I paid for the item, and when I listed the item. Only you can see it. The buyer cannot see it. So whenever you sell an item, you will see that SKU number or whatever information you put in that field, and you can go right to where your item is. So just a little bit of advice to help you locate your items quicker and easier. All right, so we just have a few more to go through. I just started selling at the end of last month, so this is my first unhappy buyer. Some buyers are unhappy. I got this message 5 minutes after the package said delivered. It's a DVD that was factory sealed, brand new from my own collection. And how do I go about handling this? And here's the message. I received this DVD and the disc don't work. They freeze up and seem to have disc rot on them. So this was a series of DVDs. I think it was Bewitched, the first season of Bewitched. And the customer was not happy, asking for a return. Let me tell you that last year I sold more than 300 DVDs on eBay and I didn't have any issues. However, I know there are some DVD players that are high-end DVD players and they do not play all disc. Maybe this is the type of disc that a certain DVD player will not play. Also, I have bought brand new in the box sealed DVDs before, only to find out that they weren't really new. They had been resealed. You can find those, and I have bought those sometimes thinking they were sealed from the factory, and they were not. So an unhappy seller who has a buyer who wants to return an item, and basically, I think the seller thinks the buyer was lying, which the buyer could be lying, but it doesn't really matter because eBay is going to rule in favor of the buyer, and the seller will have to accept the return and they will have to refund the buyer's payment. Number 9, I'm considering doing a garage sale. How do you keep track of items sold at the garage sale that you still have listed on eBay? So let me say that is something that I do. I have a garage sale twice a year, and I sell items that did not sell for me on eBay. It's very simple. All I do is I end all of the items that I'm going to sell at the garage sale. At the end of the garage sale, what I haven't sold, I generally relist on eBay, maybe put them on eBay for a lower buy it now price than I had previously, but that's what I do. Again, I hear this word all the time and I don't really like the word, but the words are death pile. I don't like that because when you have a death pile, that means you made some really bad buying decisions as far as what to sell on eBay. If If you can't sell it on eBay, try to get rid of it at a garage sale and do exactly what I told you to do. So here's the very last one, and it's very interesting. I sold a product and the buyer did not pay. This is not the biggest problem, however. Myself, along with other eBay sellers, have put multiple negative comments on the buyer's information, and eBay is not showing these comments as negative. They show them as positive. Therefore, he looks like he's a good buyer, and he's not a good buyer. And eBay will do nothing to help the situation. This buyer should be banned on eBay forever for not paying on multiple items from multiple sellers. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably a 15, because let me tell you why. First of all, as a seller, you cannot leave negative feedback for a buyer. It's been that way since 2008, 14 years ago, so this eBay seller has absolutely no idea what they are talking about. And to make things even worse, it states here that that seller and some other sellers left multiple negative comments about the buyer. Well, if they left negative comments in a positive feedback, that is against eBay rules and against eBay policy. You cannot do that as a seller. So what could happen to the seller is they are the ones that could get dinged for this and get suspended from eBay for leaving negative comments about a buyer in a positive feedback. It just cannot happen. You will get in trouble if you try to do it. Here's how the situation should have been handled. They should have opened a non-payment dispute. The response would have been that the seller would have won and the buyer gets a non-payment strike. That is the way to handle that. Never even try to leave a negative feedback for a buyer. It is not allowed on eBay. So before I end, I have one more thing that I found that I thought was rather interesting. Now, this is kind of general, but this is pretty much the truth. So let me read it to you. This is written by an eBay seller. My sales are down, and it's my fault. It always is. It's funny when people blame eBay. That's not how this all works. That's a true statement. Again, it's a very general statement, but for the most part, it is true. That's all I have for you today. I really hope you learned something from watching this video. Again, I was not trying to embarrass anyone or make fun of anyone. I'm just pointing out mistakes that eBay sellers have made so you can see what they are and you don't make them like they did. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I really do hope you learned something from watching it. If you did, please take the time to like it, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell